light is terrible. Oh, okay. It made no difference. Anyway, so we are going to go to the Loess Hills. We have never been there before. Mary's actually in front of us. She's been there a couple of times. The Gladiator has been there when Mark had it. We're in my Jeep today, and we're going with one of the local Jeep clubs. Iowa's pretty farmlandy and hilly, but we do have some areas that are pretty beautiful. So yeah, we're going to show you what that looks like. Small town USA.
Pretty much out of town already.
Yup. No. Minden.
Yep. Little town of Minden, Iowa.
Now we're out of town. All right, so we are in Tabor, Iowa. We have met up with the rest of the Southern Iowa Jeep Friends group, and we are going to be heading out. They said they got some stops that they're going to. Waiting for the driver to get here. We're heading out. It's Gobi. So we have turned off onto a gravel road, which is not uncommon in Iowa and a lot of other states, but just wanted to point out, if you're traveling in a large group, and we don't know how many Jeeps are in this group, it's a good idea to turn on your headlights, even when the sun's out, because then it turns on your taillights, and it also makes it easy for the people behind you to be able to see you. So like, here, Mary's in front of us, and I'll show you. So, that's Mary with the bikini Jeep. And you can kind of see how it's hard on the video to see her. She's not on her brakes just yet. Yeah. But when she hits her brakes, it makes it easier to see her. Yeah. See, like you can see her turn signal there. So then you know there's something in front of you, and you can kind of judge your depth perception. Easy on the pedal. Situated along Iowa's western border, the Loess Hills National Scenic Byway passes through a unique land formation that is up to 15 miles wide and about 200 miles long from north of Sioux City, Iowa to near St. Joseph, Missouri. They are hills made almost entirely of wind-blown soils. Toward the end of the last ice age, winds picked up soils that had been ground as fine as flour and formed dunes along the ancient waterway that became today's Missouri River. The process repeated itself during the thousands of years the ice age took to end, enlarging the dunes. Because the prevailing winds were from the northwest, the dunes on the Iowa side of the river were higher than those west of the Missouri. So I was just telling Jared that my filter here is probably going to get a good test, and I can see all the dust. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, so we're really going to test that. Sorry to interrupt your regular scheduled program, but we have an announcement. We now have merchandise. We have it in the original logo, in shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies and zip-up sweatshirts, and we have it in the DRT number 2 logo, also available in long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, and a trucker hat. Link in the description to the store below, and you should also be seeing these products available on YouTube directly. Check them out. And now back to the program. Although deposits of Loess are found across the world, nowhere else but China are those deposits higher than they are in Iowa. Alright, so we are back home from our trip to Loess Hills Scenic Byway. And on our way back, I had noticed that there was a lot of dust in my snorkel. Insert clips here. So Jared's taken the pre-filter off. Oh.
That's just from gravel roads today.
Yeah.
So that's why we run this
The
style.
pre-filter.
Even though it looks like a fishbowl, it looks all silly over this. Because this isn't in the air filter now. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some still in there, obviously. But that much didn't get there, so.
Looks like ashes.
Yeah. And so we can probably just go inside and wipe this out with a damp rag. obviously they work. Plus, we was watching the Rugged Ridge one actually really swirls the air and keeps the dirt dropping in instead of going in. So if you was on this trip, you better check your air filter.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because everybody's stuff got that in there. Unless you're the leader. I don't know who was leading, but you're probably good.
Yeah.
But everybody like I'd say three Jeeps back. So you better check it. It's gonna have some junk in it. We'll clean that, put it on.
Gonna go wash this.
Yes.
So now that I have it all clean, you can actually see all of these scratches from the dirt and stuff. It's probably hard to pick it up on the camera.
Yeah, but if you look on the inside from all swirling around.
Yeah.
I mean, here's where the swirls don't really hit.
Yeah. Compared to this compartment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ew!
Yeah, that's
Are you gonna check the air filter itself?
no. Your air filter is not easy to check. But you have a huge pre-filter on top of a huge air filter.
Well, I have a pre-filter, and then an air
You got the
filter.
foam filter. I don't think they even call it a pre-filter. I don't
It's
know.
called a pre-filter.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
I mean, it obviously helps.
Good as new.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
Right? Yeah, it'll work. Then we'll just blow this off with air instead of spraying it. Because look.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yep. But
Loess Hills is pretty cool.
we'll have to go back out there. There's a few other scenic byways in Iowa that we'll probably have to check out as
Just
well.
a quick weekend thing. I mean, we only did one day, and we still have daylight.
I was going to say, it wasn't even a day. It was more like half
and
a
it's
day.
in November. It's right before daylight savings. So.
Yep. If you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Check out our Patreon for supporting us if you want to see more stuff like this and get access to our campsites and routes. If you are not a Patreon fan, we have memberships on YouTube, and we also have merch available. All right. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.